Hello YouTube, in this video we're going to talk about how to turn £100 into £87 million without using magic. So this video is about a man called Martin Lewis. Martin Lewis set up a website for £100. That's probably about, and I'm guessing because I have no idea, it's probably about $130 maybe. Basically next to nothing, and you can still do this today. So he set his website up for about £100. 9 years later, nine years later, he sold it for £87 million. Wow. So in this video, I'm going to explain the process that Martin took. And I'm going to tell you how other people are now trying to emulate Martin's success, and they're creating additional income streams. They're creating their own online businesses, and they're making money through the exact same way that Martin does. I'm going to give you a little bit of a walkthrough of the process and what Martin did to turn £100 into £87 million. Now here's the warning. So if you're watching this and you're expecting some kind of miracle, some kind of get-rich-quick scheme, some kind of scam, you're not going to get it. This took hard work. It took dedication. It took someone's effort and perseverance to kind of master their craft. Is it possible for other people to make money in the exact same way? Yes. Obviously, 87 million is quite an extreme case, but there are other examples and companies out there that are selling companies for 20, 30, 40 million using the exact same way of monetizing websites. So there's the clue. That's exactly what Martin did. So Martin was a financial journalist, and he basically used to create like financial tips and then send them out to his friends by email. And this got more popular. People asked to be added onto his list. So he then thought, well, I'll create a blog. So back in 2003, I believe, although I have seen pictures of it in 2002. He does say it started in 2003, but there's definitely a web presence in 2002. So back then, he basically created his first blog, and he put these financial tips on there. And it was various different things. And he grew this. He was a journalist, and he was trying to get into TV and radio and various different things. So he was putting these financial tips on there, nothing particularly exciting, whilst also building his career. And it was probably like a perfect combination, really, of the industry that he was working in and the advice that he was giving to people, and just the power of blogs. He kind of hit it like at the perfect moment as well. So this website that he created is called MoneySavingExpert. MoneySavingExpert is known as the #1 website for consumer advice. That covers quite a broad range of things. So current day now, MoneySavingExpert is where people will generally go to look on forums for where they want to save money or make money. But it could be to do with cutting their bills. They're improving their household income. It could be, there's tons of really good forums on there. So there's things to do with travel, there's things to do with discounts, vouchers, personal finance, what are the best credit cards, what are the best mortgages. He does a lot. Martin Lewis he takes it on this like Robin Hood persona where he's trying to right the wrongs and he's trying to improve the standards of all these different industries. One of the big things that he did in the UK was he got involved in it's called the PPI scandal. It was basically where banks were charging you like a payment protection insurance, but they were basically tricking you into this payment protection insurance. It's been a huge thing in the UK, and a lot of people have claimed back thousands and thousands of pounds because they felt like there was no choice other than to get that PPI insurance. So Martin created all these templates, a guide. He was walking people through it. He was really pushing the ethics and like I say, he was righting wrongs and helping people to reclaim this money that they should never have paid out. That's just one example. He's done tons of campaigns. He's got an OBE from the Queen for a lot of these campaigns. He's really made a career for himself. He's a journalist, he's an author, he's got his own TV show, and he's massively famous now, and he's probably seen as the authority figure for consumer advice. Like I say, and it's quite a broad spectrum that as well. It's a pretty significant website. MoneySavingExpert itself has 16 million views a month. So that's pretty epic. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that it's the #1 visited money site So you can imagine the influence that Martin Lewis has created around that website. And that, in turn, this isn't the old days now where people, unless it was in the newspaper, these banks and corporations would get away with things more. This is now social media, blogs. If one of these companies is doing the wrong thing, they're going to be exposed for it. And that is kind of what he does. So like I say, he takes on this Robin Hood persona, he champions the everyday people, and he's built up an outstanding blog, an outstanding career. So hats off to him. What he's done is pretty impressive. So you might be wondering, how did he do that then? So other than having that content, that knowledge, that industry insight and stuff, he was basically he basically knew a lot about a particular thing, quite a geeky thing as well. I mean, I don't think he would have been the coolest kid on the block, would he? When he was like really good about consumer advice and cutting down household bills, but it worked for him. It was something he was interested in, something he's built a career and a fortune out of. So over the space of these 9 years, 2003 to 2012, he built this website up and then he sold it for £87 million to Money Supermarket. I believe that it was an initial 50 million and then 37 million for staying on as the face. But it's gone beyond that now, and he's still the face of Money Saving Expert. And the reason is, we're going to go through this in a second. I'm going to give you the takeaways from this video. But the main reason is he's basically the face and the brand. So they're building up Money Saving Expert, but ultimately everyone thinks that's synonymous with Martin Lewis. He's the one that people trust. He's the one that has helped them claim that money back. So I've seen he's actually done campaigns not long ago because he was trying to tell people and get word out there that he isn't going around scamming people, because I think there's basically loads of phishing emails and security threats and Bitcoin peddlers and stuff that were basically pushing their content out, but using images and videos of Martin, because they know that people will basically say, there's Martin Lewis, if he says buy this, then it must be right. They were basically using that to their advantage and trying to basically scam people out of money. So he had to kind of almost do this anti-scam campaign to say, whoa, that's not me. So yeah, he's extremely successful and extremely famous in the UK for what he's done. And the amount of power and sway that and influence that he will have with that. Now, Money Saving Expert itself, like I say, they sold, they're now part of the Money Supermarket chain, but that doesn't mean that they are less ethical. So he created this code of ethics or whatever it was when they sold, and he basically said that how the company has to be run, it has to be independent, it cannot be tailored to be biased or anything, it has to basically do the right thing to people. So that was like a code that he created when he sold it, and that's something he's always pushed and endorsed. Now, that doesn't mean he can't make money. That is where the 87 million comes in. So by doing this, there's lots of different content on Money Saving Expert. There's various things like a guide to the best mortgage, explains all the mortgages, provides loads of helpful information, and then it might have a few of them listed at the bottom. And it might say, I don't know, let's just say the Bank of Billy Bob offer the current best interest rate, and it's great for first-time buyers. And next to it, there'll be a button. You click on that button, and that takes you to the Bank of Billy Bob where you can sign up. Now, this is what's known as affiliate marketing. It's basically a referral system. For me, it's the most legit and genuine way of making money on the internet. And anyone can do it. You don't have to be Martin Lewis to do this. You don't have to be a big company. There are YouTubers out there that are 8 years old and making money through affiliate marketing. So no matter what your interest, passion, subject, niche, speciality, whatever it is, there'll be a product out there that you can make money. Are you a juggler or a unicyclist that likes to do YouTube videos, pedaling away, juggling, I don't know, Skittles or set on fire? If that's your thing, then you can create all this content and showing people how to get started as a unicyclist, as a juggler, and you can then basically at the bottom put a link to some, what do you call them, juggles? Whatever it is you throw up and down in the air, whether it's Skittles, knives, small dogs, whatever it is that you throw up and down in the air to do your juggling videos, you can put a link to them on Amazon. If someone clicks on that link and buys them from Amazon, you'll get a small commission. That's exactly what Money Saving Expert do. They've got buttons on there to the best credit card, the best insurance, the best pet insurance, the best mortgage, the best whatever it is. They've got all these links and buttons, and when someone clicks on that, they then get a referral fee, and they can be quite high referral fees as well. That is why it makes so much money. And if you can imagine that 16 million people every month are clicking, some of them are going to be clicking on these buttons and links, and they're then going to buy, because ultimately he's not scamming them, he's not tricking them or anything. He's telling them what genuinely are the best deals. So he's going out of his way to actually help them, and then putting everything there in front of them for them to just click a button and apply. So that's how they make the money, affiliate marketing. If you want to know more about affiliate marketing, check out the link in the description below, because that has basically got a free webinar there where you're going to get told basically how you can create your own online business, whether it's a blog, a YouTube channel, a Pinterest account, how you can make money and monetize your social media accounts using affiliate marketing. I'll leave that in the description. But first, what I want to do is I want to give you the main takeaways from this. I want to tell you what Martin did that was brilliant, that has made him £87 million. Takeaway number one, you've got to start somewhere. Martin Lewis was not an expert when he started. He had £100 in his pocket that he built a website with. Yes, he had some knowledge and some inside information or tips or some thoughts on a particular thing. That's what he started with. So whether it was these little financial snippets or being able to cut back on your bills, that's what he started with. But there will be stuff that you know about that you can share with the world. It doesn't have to be an original thought or something that no one has ever talked about. You just need to get started. So whatever it is you want to share with the world, whether it's something you've got some expertise in, or even if it's something that you want to start from scratch, maybe there's something out there. So it could be that you want to become a wedding photographer and you've never ever even used a camera before. So create a YouTube channel and show and demonstrate the journey of choosing your first camera, pressing the shutter for the first time, taking them first pictures, how to take the memory card out and get them onto a computer, how to then edit them images, to show people that. And then it could be a year, 2 years, 3 years later, you could then be, if you really focus and put all your efforts and energy into it, you could eventually be that wedding photographer. Imagine if you've got that back catalogue of that entire journey of showing how you got from here to the desired result here. Imagine that. So that is basically what you could do. Either that, or if you've already got knowledge and expertise, and it could be in anything. It could be on how to repair washing machines. It could be on recipes that you can make using only lemons. I don't know. Obviously, I'm just making stuff up, but it could be absolutely anything. There will probably be a product that you can promote through affiliate marketing, but you have to get started. So if you want any more information on whatever platform you're going to choose, so if you're going to choose blogs or YouTube, then whatever suits your content the most, whatever you feel more confident going into, but it's all pretty easy to get started. You just need a little bit of help. And I'm hoping this channel that I've created here can do that for you. So if you want any more tips, just let me know. Tip number 2 is the know, like, and trust factor. This is really important. People need to get to know you, your flaws, your quirks, everything. Your audience will resonate with you. That's the whole point. Martin Lewis basically built this site up. He built his career up. He's an author. He's on TV. He does the lot. Does that make him the most likable person in the world? No. Does it make him trustable? Yes. These various different things, but some people will absolutely love him. He's changed people's lives, so that does count as well. But it's about knowing him, liking him, trusting him. And it's the same with you. So don't be afraid to just be you. But he's built that reputation up, and he's built himself as the brand. So Money Supermarket might own that website now, but it's not like they can really front it up. It's Money Saving Expert, and when everyone thinks of Money Saving Expert, they think of Martin Lewis. So he's probably still getting paid a fair wedge of money to still be the face of Money Saving Expert. Takeaway number 3, help people. Martin created content that helps people, and more than helps people. Like I just said, he's changed lives with it. But he didn't change my life, but there's so much good content on there that yes, when I was getting a mortgage for my house, I looked at some of the guides on there. When I was disputing some charges that I got on my bank account, I looked at some information on Money Saving Expert. I used the forums when I was traveling and I was looking for cheap flights. There's loads of stuff. We used to get some little caravan holidays in the UK. The kids used to absolutely love them. We'd go away to this freezing cold caravan for a few nights, and by going through Money Saving Expert, you could get these little voucher codes that would give it you for like next to nothing. So I've used that site for actually quite a lot of information. It's probably the first place I would go. If I wanted to know how to do something, or it was finance related or consumer advice, I would probably go there and use the search function before I'd even use Google, which is saying something really. But I know that you're going to get more impartial advice on there. If you Google it, you're just going to get some articles that are obviously going to sway you down the most profitable route for that website. Whereas he provides content that helps people, and that is what builds that trust, and that is why people click on the links, sign up, and he gets the referral money. So that is essential. Promote products that you love as well. So again, it's the exact same thing. He's promoting products that he believes in and he trusts. His whole site and ethos is on ethics and morals. So if he's not going to promote companies that are scamming people, or he'd soon kind of kick that into touch if they did. So yeah, so create content that helps people and builds that trust. So they're the main takeaways. First of all, you've got to get started. Secondly, you've got to build yourself as the brand and let people get to know, like, and trust you. A great way of doing that is through YouTube. It's not as scary as you think. You will get much more of an idea of who I am, what I'm about, my values, and what I intend to do. So I've created this site, and I've created a Facebook group to help. My Facebook group's actually to help fellow introverts, people that rely on that quiet strength to build their own online platforms like blogs and YouTube channels and Facebook groups. So it's about creating content that helps people. Again, that's something I'm trying to do here, and that's something you should do too. Create content that people want. Think about what their pain points are, what their questions are. So whatever it is your subject is, what are the questions around that subject? How can I juggle knives without chopping myself in half? How do I do this? You know, that kind of thing. Think about what the main questions are around your content. If you answer them questions, then you're going to help people. And the last one is basically creating content that is ethically sound. So promote products that you believe in, that you would pay for out your own money. Don't just go and promote products that would give you the highest profit, the highest return. Promote products that you genuinely believe in, would pay for yourself, and that you've got that trust around as well. And that'll pay off, because when people realize that these products are really good and that these products and services will help them, then that will multiply that trust that they've placed in you as well. So Martin started that business for £100 or about $130 maybe. So is that still possible today? Absolutely. You can create a blog, you can get your first year of blogging all set up, you can have your domain name, your hosting, all the technical gubbins that are needed to get a blog up and running. You can do that for less than £100. YouTube you can do for free. You'll have a smartphone on you now, won't you? I know you've got a smartphone. So that smartphone, YouTube is free. Turn it round, film yourself, create your content. Obviously, you can spend more afterwards. That's what I've done. I started for free, and I've invested in a microphone. I've invested in a light because I'm doing this in like a dark corner of my house. So there's stuff that you can build up afterwards, but just to get started, you can do it for free. So there's no excuses really. So that is how you go about creating your own online business. That is what Martin Lewis did, and he's been extremely successful from it. So there's no reason to say that cannot be you. So thanks for watching, appreciate it. If you want to drop a comment or subscribe, let me know what you thought of this video and how I can help you on your own adventure. Thanks.